First word, in wheelies rusticis. In wheelies rusticis. Remember, we've had wheela before. Wheela is a farmhouse. This is just a different form of that same word. In wheelies rusticis. Let me hear you. Good. I think I heard some V's still being pronounced as W's. Remember, wheelies, but it's actually a V. Laborant. Laborant. Good. If you think of labor, laborant. One more time. Laborant. Good. Solus. Miss Denny is all solus by herself up here. I'm all alone. Think of solitary. You're playing solitary. Solus. You say it. Solus. Yes, that's right. Errata. Errata, or erratus actually, because we're masculine. We can say errata for feminine. Think of irate. This is what your parents do when you go out and wreck the family chariot back in Roman times. They are very erratus with you. Subito. If you can think of the first two letters. Suddenly. Subito. Subito. Try it again. Subito. Remember we talked about submarine, but this is those words that doesn't have anything to do with under anything. It simply means suddenly. Subito. Piscinum. Piscinum. This is kind of a hard one. This is going to be in our story. Something falls into the piscinum. But if you can't remember about the story, think of the zodiac sign Pisces. Piscinum is the fish pond or the swimming pond. Pisces. Caudate. Caudate, this is where the apple fell off the tree. Think of those pictures that we saw before. Abite moleste. That's my favorite one. Abite molesti. I think before I said it incorrectly. Let me try it one more time. Abite molesti. Now you do it. Abite molesti. Abite molesti. Last one. Gimmet. 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 This was, okay, we have one more slide that's my favorite when we like to do the derivatives. Remember, these words will be on your test. What is a derivative again? Think a minute. It's not the definition. It's the word in English derived from the Latin. I'm only going to show you 4. Remember, it's your job to look on the website and find the others. These will be on your vocabulary test. It's one of the reasons that we take Latin. Lots of our words come from English. I think you'll know most of these, but here we go. Ridicule comes from rideo. If you ridicule someone, what do? You make fun of them, kind of in a not very nice way. But in Latin, rideo simply means, ha ha ha, you're laughing like you normally would. So whether you're laughing at someone, which isn't so nice, or you're just laughing at a joke, it's still rideo in Latin, and we get ridicule. Our next word, one of my favorites, and girls, we talked about boys today. This word means man. So we go from puer to wir. And what do we get this word virile? Now remember, we're talking in English now, so we're not going to say virile, we're going to say virile. And what are you guys if you're virile? Is that a compliment if someone says that? Most of you'd probably think so. If you're virile, got those muscles going on, you're really strong. So it's nice to be virile, coming from our Latin word vir, meaning man. Then we have Pisces. I talked to you about that before, the piscinum. Pisces is simply a zodiac sign. And you may think of other words as well, guys, and those are fine to use on the test as long as good old Miss Denny can find them in the dictionary. Some people just make up words and think that I don't check. Nope, been around too long for that. So you can use Pisces, or if you know another word, you can use that as well on any of the words that we do. Last one today, clamor. In English, we say clamor. If you're making a big noise, or you're shouting, not the verb shouting, but just the shouting was very loud. You might say there was a great clamor in the room. Sometimes in band class, there's a big clamor if all the instruments are playing and no one's, really playing on key together. So in Latin, we get the word clamant, shout. So remember, clamant is our Latin word. Our derivative is clamor. So that pretty much is our little lesson for today on the vocabulary, but the fun part, remember, and a way to practice. You really have to practice these words. You can do it however you want. We've talked about before, making flashcards, and actually one of our games, the next couple of lessons will show you that. But today we're going to play one that I think is kind of fun because it allows you to spell the words. And that's going to be important on the test too. And you kind of have to have quick fingers here because you're spelling against the clock. So I'd like to show you how to play the game. Remember, it's off of our website on something called Whereby. You'll get very familiar with that word, I hope. We've talked about it before. So here we go with our spelling game. This is sort of what it looks like on the website. You can't read it real well. It says, welcome to Speed Word, which is what we're going to play right now. So Speed Words, they're going to show you a word in English, or yes, in English, and you have to type in the Latin word just using your keyboard. So here we go. Okay, I'm having trouble finding that R. See if I get it right. It tells me I do. The clock's ticking over there, so you can't make a mistake. If you do, it won't let you enter the words as you're seeing me madly trying to play. Man, we're, V-I-R. Great. Slave, S-E-R-V-U-S. Keep going with me. Whoops, I must have done something wrong. V-U-S. There we go. They work. L-V-O-R-A. Remember, it's they work, so N-T. Many, multiply. Remember, multi. That one's almost in a row for me. It's pretty easy. Suddenly. Remember, we talked at start with the same two letters. S-U. Subito. He, she, or it groans. It should say. I'm groaning. G. Can't find an R there. Is there an R on my game? Oh, it's not an R. That's in English. Messed up. See, it catches you every time. Gimmet in Latin. Groan in English. Need my T. Alone. I'm all solus. Solus. Alone. Angry. My parents are angry. Irate because I wrecked the family chariot, probably on more than one occasion. And then you see what happens. You can play again if you want to. You get your answers over here. And then notice my score. You know, if you play again and you do it more quickly, you know, it'll tell you that. So if you don't get a word and your time runs out, there actually will be a red X over here. You can't see it very well, but it'll tell you if you miss one, and then you simply won't even get to finish the game. Okay, I hope you all study chapters 1, 2, and 3 off your CDs or videotapes or even on the web. Remember, you can play the games from our website as well, and this will really help you, I think, to study. So whatever works for you, making flashcards, saying them aloud, playing the game, all of those things will be important on your test, and nothing will be on the test except vocabulary. Remember, that means knowing the principal parts, knowing the gender, and finally knowing the definition and derivative. So it's not just do I know that we're means man, we have to know that man is a noun. Man is masculine. So please study carefully because this is your first test. Bona fortuna. Good luck. See you next time.